All right, guys. So I think we can start. I will present myself. My name is Max Levytskyi. I'm managing partner in Techstack. Uh, we will walk you through AI native development today. Uh, another presenter of the call will be Alexey Svystun. I will present him a bit later. Before we start, just small intro of what we are going to hear today. So here is the agenda for today, and we tried to gather the very technical people on this call today, VP of engineering, CTOs, senior engineers, data engineers, so like tech heavy stuff, and also the business people's CEO of the companies. And of course, we will talk about AI. And you might have heard that AI is changing completely SDLC processes. There is some points when it can speed up development 10x, and we all under this pressure. So AI doing magic. But today we will talk about, probably you have seen that it's not always the case. In some points, yeah, it's really speed up the development tremendously. At other points, it silently make a huge amount of technical debt that you need to deal right after. And sometimes can happen everything, even the disaster and the disaster recovery. So we'll talk about this today as well. Few words about agenda. Where AI actually helps. We will talk about the engineering culture, because what worked for us for Techstack, we discovered that engineering culture it's more important than the tooling, because most of us we're using more or less the same tools, but your tools is probably fine. Maybe engineering culture is not ready. Maybe engineering culture is not up to modern SDLC processes, that it's completely different, and Alex will walk you through this together. And we will talk also about leadership decision, because if you're VP of engineering, if you're CTO, you need to prepare your development team, your organization before you move to AI native development and how to speed up the processes. Yeah. Alex will own the presentation today, so he will present the screen. A few words about Techstack, just for you to know who is talking. And we are more than 10 years at the market. We are product development company. We are solution provider for more than 18 companies right now. We are creating our development teams, and we are building the product with our customers. We have 5+ stars ratings at Gartner. And what is more important, we started to experiment with AI into our SDLC process since 2023. Before, it was the huge trend. And we experienced these ups and downs, and we would like to share this experience with you today. And I also wanted to present Alexey on this call, at this webinar, sorry. So Alexey, he is the co-founder of the Techstack here, CTO in our company, but not only, he's also the chief architect and the huge SaaS platform, US-based. This platform uses millions of people every day. I cannot name this company, but probably also using this. So Alex have a huge amount of experience. He was one of the pioneers how to implement AI into our software development processes. Alex was responsible for the culture around this, how to change the process we work, the process we deliver in our service to our customers. So he have a lot to share today, and we will spend this hour together. So it should take about 40 minutes about the technical stuff that we will walk through. And what's most important, we will have Q&A session after that. You will have this panel where you can write the questions. So down the presentation, you can type some questions to us, and we will reach this slide number 20, which is actually Q&A section. We will ask this question to Alex. So we walk through the question and ask them, and we can discuss them together. So yeah, I think we can start with the technical part of the presentation. And Alex, over to you.
Thanks, Max. So, hey everyone, really glad to be here in front of this audience. So, let me also add a few more words about me. So, basically, I started as an engineer, spent years becoming architect, and now I like for last few years I've been involved in like both sides, like large scale platform engineering and actually product studio work, where we building some things from scratch, like in fast fast delivery. So I've been on this both sides, and I also saw like examples where AI got introduced into some large organizations where some tooling got added, like every engineer, every developer gets some AI tool, but actually nothing changed. Like it doesn't increase speed of delivery, and somehow like just no impact. But also we actually developed like own environment, own like, system uh, where we not just giving engineers like a tool, but we are giving like entire process, entire system around this. And this is where we see the difference. And today I'm gonna talk more about this stuff. So let's start with some numbers and some uncomfortable numbers. So statistic shows that a lot of dev teams already use AI. So most of the teams, most of engineers actually have some experience. Someone use it just as some like assistant. Someone try to stop writing code by himself and fully delegate to AI. They're like different ways, but still the fact is most of engineers work with this and use this. And we also see that the number of code written by AI or written with AI assistants also growing. And with current like tempo, we can expect that most of the code will be written by AI like very soon. But there are another numbers. It also increased number of issues. It's number of security risks, number of reliability risks, a lot of like fast-growing products actually like fast failing as well. So that's the problem, and this is what we are like going to address, like what we addressed already in our organization, and this is what I want to tell you today. So why it happens? So as I already said, giving just a tool to engineer is not enough. We need to have like full like workflow. We need to have like processes around this, and there are like few factors that actually causing issues with quality, with uh, like causing kind of bad experience with integrating AI. So first one is standards. Like if we give same tool for group of people, everyone use it differently, and everyone thinks that it's like may work differently, has its own experience. For someone it works in one way, for someone in another. For third person doesn't work at all, and in this case, then no productivity boost as a team. Because we are not currently we are talking not as like individual engineer who can like build huge platform. We are talking about organization, and in organization perspective, it's something where we need to have the system. Another common issue is adoption order. So if you just adding AI tools for writing new code, but we don't have any better tooling on code review, on quality gates, on documentation around this, it's also not going to work. Like you may think that it work until it fail. Then you kind of see it. Another item is risk management. So it's not like just adding AI, it's kind of putting some like bomb with time mechanism, and it's sometime it will explode. So you need to think what good things you expect to receive, what risks, and how do you want to address such risks. Again, like just like simple example is using some third-party cheap AI model which hosted in someone's server, and maybe they will get all your information and do something bad with it. So this is why risk management is always important. And one more very important reason here is leadership. It's like on leadership level, there should be also like good understanding on what AI is, what it does, what it doesn't, and how to work, how to deal with it. It doesn't mean that the leadership member need to write code by himself. No, but it means that they need to understand how it's used, who use it, and what's the like pros and cons of integrating it. So to address this, we created in a blueprint. We named it AI native product development blueprint. So this is actually like a system, and this system consists from 3 blocks. Basically, it's not just a set of best practices like recommendation. This is like a framework, and to succeed, you need to implement each block of this. Because having only one block, again, it will not work alone. You may think that it work. You may get some like success, but you also increasing risks around this. And with such risks, at one day you will kind of regret of skipping other blocks. So let's go through these blocks. First one is build fast. So this is actually about building something, building some features, building some like the entire products. And this is what we know from all like social media, from Twitter or some other things that yeah, no, it's true. We can build like entire application very fast. Sometimes like a person can build like full app in one day and deploy it, and it's possible. Yes, and this is a good thing. This is what we definitely want to utilize. So this is about all like common patterns, about some one functionality, something that can be done like very fast with AI. Also, AI helps us with different routine tasks that usually pretty tough for engineers, but AI there's no problem with this. So it's about code review. It's about like reviewing large amount of code delivered, and it can scan through it. It can provide all recommendation. It can provide a lot of things on it. Also, AI can help with documentation. Again, this is something I've been seeing as one of common problem in a lot of organizations is trying to keep documentation up to date. So now with AI, it's actually not a problem anymore. But also when you start relying on AI on such tasks, you need to understand that in some places it will create a debt. And here we're talking about like business logic. So again, each unique business is a startup or already like working like organization has own like something like own core of it, and on like on business logic, and this business logic in most cases is pretty unique. Same with architecture. Like if you're talking about existing product, there was already a lot of architecture decisions. Maybe not all of them were like good. Like we always know that there are some compromises, and but still every choice that we made in past, it has some meaning. And AI doesn't have this context. It's AI will bravely recommend something like, okay, you can drop this, you can change, you can do it differently. AI pretends that like AI agent knows about everything, but actually without getting this context, without understanding why such decision were made in past, or what's your real goal, if you like, without all this, AI will actually go in wrong direction. And there's some depth without like human review, without human decisions, here it will not go well. So it's very important to separate these 2 areas where like, AI wins and where AI create depth. So you accelerate things that you can accelerate, but you keep like human control where you should do it. So this is about like first step, build fast. Second one named ship quality. So this is something more about processes. It's about how you integrate it in your like delivery flow, what kind of quality gates you have, what standards, and it's also important to understand that once you start getting AI generated code, it should be different standards. You cannot just assume that if AI write like AI code looks similar to human writing code, it will be the same. Again, main issue is assumptions. So AI always have assumptions, and AI will work based on it. And there are a lot of different ways to go like wrong direction. So this why before you put it into your flows, again, like all like, experimentation is okay. Experimentation is something that we definitely trying to like engage our engineers. But if you're talking about integration this into like main flow, this where you need to think about processes. You need to think about like quality gates, about documentation, about some rules on your team. If you skip it, then you may expect like quality degradation, tech depths, and again, with having more and more AI-generated code, you have less and less understanding what it does actually. And why, if something will not work, you will not understand it, and you need to also rely on AI and hope that AI will see and fix it. So keeping this control is important. And third block is scale. So you like have this tooling, you have understanding on what kind of quality gates you expect, how to handle this, but you need to spread it across your organization. And this is where there should be standards, there should be documented best practices, there should be some like measurement around this. So in this way, you have control and you can scale, you can see where it works, where it doesn't work. So it also, even with having like good preparation, with having some risk mitigation strategy or going through entire like software development lifecycle, still something like in most cases something will be missed. You cannot catch everything, and this is why it's important to have control under like this rollout process. This is why it's important to have some metrics, important to see how it works. Also important to have like for engineers to have ability to say about this, and you should listen, because you need to be able to differentiate some like cases where engineers just kind of afraid of something, like afraid of something new, and cases where it's actually bring a problem into your flow. And this is where you need to get in and fix it. So this is also important. And I would say here is good practice, which uses like data drives decision. So you always need to see data, some metrics, how it works, and then make some decisions. Without data, without understanding, you cannot make such decisions. So this is 3 blocks. I said it's something that should be considered as a single system. Having one block, having fast like building products is not enough. You need to have process, you need to have strategy, you need to have rollout and monitoring around this. So now I want to show you a few examples. So basically, it's not something that we like just invented and documented and that's it. This is something that we actually did in our products. We did it multiple times. We like passed few cycles of improvements, and basically we already built a few products with AI native development, and can say that it's really changed the industry. So first example, this is one of our products. It's named Menu Ready, and idea of this product is basically photo enhancement for some small independent restaurants, because basically research shows that individual restaurants is hard to compete with large chains, especially on delivery area, because they don't have this like good photos, good like marketing specialists preparing all this. And this product is basically can accept any like iPhone-made photos and enhance with AI, with some filters, some other things, and do it professional looking. So basically, in 6 weeks, we did like from zero, from kind of one sentence of this idea, we did fully working product, deployed to production and available for customers. And this is something that we like never expected in past, because this is something that took like months. Again, we are not talking about just like prototype. It's actually fully working product with all like infrastructure, with reliability, security, like things, and works. It's something that we made by 5 people, and it's not 5 developers. It's 5 people in total, including product, like marketing, and so on. So in this product, I want to highlight few challenges and few things that we did um, in scope of this product. So first one is about starting new product. Again, when we expecting AI native development, we need to consider some things and some speciality of how AI work with code. So basically, before we started, like week before start, we actually did investigation and bring like our stack that is kind of our starter set of best practices for web application, because this is especially web application, and we bring the stack. We using like kind of high quality stack here. It's like AWS. There are no like prototype quality tools. There are like no like Lovable or cloud databases. I know they're cheaper and they may be like faster, but in our case, we just spent basically a few days building starter, which provide like same quality, same like speed, but actually having great quality. So they're all like networking, all security, all like scalability, all things embedded into this. And what the most important part here, it's not just like random list technologies or like the list that this is technologies that AI works the best if you have right frameworks, right tools. AI can kind of maximize productivity with them. If you choose some like rare stack, AI will be hard to work with this. Also, if you choose some stack that change them all the time, for example, if you have some frameworks, something that appeared just last year, AI agent may just don't know about this, and there will be issues with trying to teach AI how to work with such technologies. So our goal is to keep like basically this starter contain all things that new product needed. It's not just like hosting empty website. It's all about security, like authorization, authentication. It's about analytics around this. It's about error management. So this all we did, and in day one we already had working application, but just without specific business logic. And we basically reusing such starters. So this is about web starter, but we have multiple ones, and it's not about sticking to only one stack, like because the different stacks for different goals and ability to mix them. So it's important. It's actually good practice to make some decision before you start, because if you will try to make technical decision in the middle of development, again, in many cases you will face with some incompatibilities or with some other issues in the middle. This is what we don't want. So this is why we build like entire stack, and then we start building business logic on top of this entire stack. And same stuff is infrastructure. So if you're talking about building fast, this is something where we don't want to involve like DevOps team or even like DevOps engineer with building like complex systems that only DevOps engineer will understand. This way we want to keep it simple, but still keep it reliable. And what I always want like recommend for everyone is keep infrastructure as a code concept. So if infrastructure looks complex for you, keep technologies that make it simple. So there are some frameworks, there are some ways to make kind of infrastructure by developers, and it works. It's simple. Also, having infrastructure as a code, something where AI can support it. AI can write like, new resources. So you don't need to go to like cloud provider like AWS and clicking something manually. Just writing a few lines of code, and same stack, same thing can be deployed across like multiple environments. It can be applied on multiple products and works. Another factor is cost optimization. If you're talking about new products, and in our case, we don't expect like huge load from day one, so we don't want to pay a lot for like a lot of overhead for having like AWS, for having all this infrastructure. So this way actually serverless helps. So we have some Lambda function, AWS. But again, same can be applied to any modern cloud provider. So it's still like very cheap, but if needed, it can support like millions of users, basically with no changes, like same infrastructure, same approach, but it just scales. So this is few like technical things, and this is what really helped us with this product, with menu ready product, and me and we using it in few other products as well, and it's one of like best decisions that we made like before start developing product. I have another example. So this one is a little bit different. It's a mobile application. It's named Telltale. So basically, this is an application which has bedtime stories where your child can become a hero of the story. And it generates like audio version as well. So it's pretty engaging for kids to hear the stories with their like, favorite characters and with them being as a hero, like main hero of the story. So this is basically a mobile application. So it's targeted like iOS and Android platform. Like any different stack, but same stuff. We build it in same like about 6 weeks. And from this 6 weeks, actually, it's like about 3 weeks of pure development. So here I want to highlight a few other challenges that also come in such way in AI native development. So first one is about processes. So in this product, we actually like build like a new team, like development team with few developers, QA, like automation QA engineer and PM. And what we understood that classic Scrum, like classic Agile, was slowing things down. This why we decided to simplify our flow. Basically, we switched Scrum to Kanban, and I would even say that it's not an agile development, it's kind of waterfall, because our goal was to prepare all requirements, like a PRD document design before development, and then we just have kind of one like, big sprint with targeting to release full MVP. And this is where the simple process is Kanban board with prioritized backlog and with having basically with such approach. I think that previously we had some epics decomposed into tasks, and developer took these tasks into sprints. Now each epic becoming a task, and one developer can take this entire epic and just complete it by himself. So kind of each engineer becoming like a team lead, and he's managing AI agents. And having two developers is like two Scrum teams almost. So this is why we need to kind of different process, we need to adjust it. So this is something that we also keep iterating and like finding kind of perfect stack. But would say that here Kanban with ClickUp is like a just simple system for task management. It was like fully enough, and it's really showed all like good parts of this approach. And another challenge, another kind of risk. So this is about mobile development especially. So people who actually worked with publishing mobile application knows that especially Apple has like pretty strict rules, and like opening new developer account can take a while. It might take weeks, sometimes like months. Having a review from App Store, like reviewing team is also another process, and there's also some like at least week you need to wait for first review, and you may actually receive some rejects, some comments that you need to address. So this is where it's important to have pre-mortem. So again, before starting developing this product, before starting with like design and some product description, like feature list, we already created new Apple account. So this is something that we did before. And same stuff with publishing for review. If you can publish it before like end of like full cycle of development, it's good to publish it like maybe 1 or 2 weeks before. Once you have already working like in the prototype with some functionality, maybe it's not like sellable yet, maybe it's not something that you finally want to give to your customers, but if it already works, if it already kind of shows goal of this product, then maybe it's already time to make this first submission. You may even not publish it to actual like public users, but still submitting application for review can help like getting early feedback. And then when your like development team finish, you will be also ready with all these comments, and you will know that after next review it will be really published. So this is on this example. So again, this is specific to mobile development, and it's more specific to Apple. But actually, on this example, I want to highlight the like main and the risk of main risk that we are facing now with AI native development. That writing a code is not longer a bottleneck. Bottleneck is all like third parties, all other organizations that you deal with that has own processes, and you cannot automate them. If you have any like integration with some like banking applications, with some payments, with some other things where you need to also deal with some regulations, this is something that is hard to speed up. So it's important to address such risks, like make some preparations, maybe do something beforehand before you have actual product. And again, it works with any third-party services, any third-party like companies that you deal with, and I think now it's one of main factors that actually affecting speed of delivery. So having just a product with like 2 different like forms where you put in some data, or having application with 100 forms, they can like almost the same from development speed. But having simple application with one line and having 5 third-party services may take months just to get some approvals, some other things. So this is something you need to address, and this is very important to have like such a pre-mortems and create some plans before you start with development. Okay, so I showed you a few examples and few real challenges. So this was a product that we really built, and basically this is the products we built this year, and we keep building new ones. So it's not the end. So now let's talk about some decisions that you need to make before you can say that you're ready for this AI first. So there are like six decisions. First one is architecture. So I mean, what part you can trust AI to take off, and where you want to keep it like human control, human revision. You always need to kind of control this architecture. Someone like there should be human supervision of every architecture decision in your product. Same stuff with processes. You need to control what processes you build around this, around AI enhanced code. And the decision how you control this code, how you ensure that like bad code doesn't go to production. Another important part is tool chain. So there are a lot of tools, a lot of things, and all of them are solving like similar goals, the same goals. So it's important to have some set of reviewed and approved tools. And at least like just write it down in any document and publish it and make it official. And once it's written, then it's actually work, and then you can start like you basically starting with unification. Until it's written, there are no standards, no like defined set of tools, and this is where problem may arise. Next one is quality. So you need to also define what's the quality from your perspective, how you deal with quality, what's your expectation, and how you measure this. So quality is like in most cases underestimated aspect, but actually it's, in my opinion, it's always important to think about it. Even if you decide to sacrifice with quality in some aspects, it's maybe okay. It's again specific to different businesses, but this is where you need to make a decision, even if it's you decide to sacrifice. But do not skip it. This is what I ask. Next one is kind of hiring. Is what team do you expect working on this? So kind of AI proficiency versus AI literacy. So proficiency, it's where engineers can use these tools, and like everyone can use AI tools now, and everyone can get something out of these AI tools. But AI literacy is basically understanding where these tools fails and where you should not use this, where you should be like extra careful. So this is important for all people dealing with AI to understand this. And last but not least, decision is culture. So this is important balance which you should keep. It's about balance between this over-reliance, where AI kind of can do everything and you trust him, but also like micromanagement where you're blocking this adoption and you're not allowing any innovation because it's risky. So this is where you need to have this balance, where you need to engage everyone in your organization. And it's not like most of things here, even if you're talking about like developing some products or developing features in them, it's basically it's more global. It's culture across all departments. Even the same stuff you can apply to like accounting or finance or some other. It's maybe different matters, it's maybe different practices and a different balance of this. But still, I want to say that now if you want to be like ahead of others, you need to be innovative and you need to like not block adoption. You need to engage people using it. So it's important to have this balance between doing it right, doing it with in control, but also engage in experiments. So you may not have like all decisions at once, but at least having, I would say, 4 decisions from this. Like, you need to decide. You need to be aware of, like, okay, maybe I don't want to change processes. Maybe this process is already good. Yes, but if you review them, if you say that they're already good for AI, okay, keep. This is a decision. So once you have at least 4 decisions here, you may proceed and go in with AI first. Okay, so this is what actually changes with this approach. So this is what we measured in our examples, products that we built, and tooling that we used. So basically, AI improves speed in like all phases of product development. So starting from like requirements and design, basically we have some predefined prompts for creating PRD document for new products. So kind of asking right questions and getting the right clarification. So final PRD document contain all this stuff, and we don't need to get back to it during development and correct. And same with design, having the right prompts that generate designs that solve the issue and like consistent. Basically, for design generation, we used AI tools like Stitch and Pencil. Pencil is more like engineering one. Now Claude Design got released, and we're also looking on it, but I don't have like real feedbacks yet. But actually, it's also one of like, promising tools that I'm pretty sure we will add to our list. Same with actual development phase. So having like approved instruments. We personally use like Claude Code and something I like, but I would say that most of modern like providers it's like it's Anthropic with Claude or OpenAI with GPT, Google with Gemini. It's very similar and they're pretty competitive, and it doesn't really matter which exact tool you use. If you know how to use, if you get maximum from it, any like, modern tool will work, even if it's like self-hosted open source model, but with large context. It's also solving this problem. It's not about just like who have the most like modern version that wins. No, it's AI. Even like a year ago, even more like few years ago, AI already had enough capability to help you. So just consider it. But having right like prompts, having right skills that automating some kind of routine or repetitive task for AI, it's also important, and we also use it in scope of development for writing tests, for adding some like, controls, reviews around code. So this also helped us a lot. And same for infrastructure, basically having right stack and an AI-friendly stack where AI can write some code, can write infrastructure code, which is pretty short and simple. And it's has like good potential for human review. So for infrastructure, we have like double review kinda. But once it's reviewed, once written and reviewed, it actually will produce same infrastructure consistently across different environments, across different products. And this is where we see like basically that starter that we created contain like 90% of all stuff, like technology that we need, and just adding any like background things for infrastructure, it's pretty fast, and it's really like spending like 1 day to bootstrap it for a new product. So yeah, it really changes. Okay, and after all this, what I want you to do, it's kind of homework for all like, participants here. If you want to like your organization become AI native, so this is few things you can just map like try on your organization on your specifics. So first one is mapping your software development lifecycle. Just going through all steps that you have and understanding why it helps, why it's adding risks and like point of failures. Just having this like vision will help you on any like next steps when you actually change something. Next one is kind of code review and quality gates. So you need to have expectation of, or maybe some tooling how you actually can ensure quality for AI generated code. You may already have like perfect stack, you may not have, but you may just use some tooling that actually provides some quality scanning, the different solution, but just having this revision, like reviewing how it works currently. Third one is what I already told you previously. It's about toolchain. So just have this written and being and share it across team. And this is first step that will help you. Next one is about decisions. So we talked about the 6 leadership decisions: architecture, process, toolchain, quality, buy-in and culture. So again, make it at least 4 of the decision from 6 you need to make to sure that you have some supervision on rollout of such system. And another important part is actually run a pilot, because you can map something, you can plan, but without trying this, you will not see how it actually works. So I recommend to always go with such pilot, trying it, have some teams, some engineers who actually dealing with this first, collecting any issues, any good and bad parts, and then sharing it across entire team. So this is something you can do. It's not nobody blocking you from this, and I hope it will help you. Okay, so now we're into Q&A section, and Max, passing word back to you.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for this presentation today. I can imagine, guys, that it was quite tech heavy. So we will send it to you, to all participants within 24 hours after our webinar today. Of course, you need to process that on your own. And yeah, this may take an extra time. So yeah, let's work on questions right now. I see we already have them in the chat. Alex, I have the brilliant one for you. So let's start with the first one. Roman asks, any viable strategies on embedding AI first development model into established product, and where the team finds a lot of excuses why do not do that?
Yeah, here I want to say there are two different and two strategies, and the best they work together. So one way you can address it from kind of architecture perspective. So having if you have someone who actually owning architecture of the product, and if you can actually ideal architecture here is modular. So it doesn't matter if it's microservices or something else, but if you have modular architecture, you can think about pieces of your product as separate modules, and then you can embed and try it within a single module. You can build a new model or refactor, rewrite existing one, or just build some feature in existing one. So just find one pilot model and do it. This is more technical one. But another strategy, and this is what we also did, is cultural. So what we really did to show all engineers how it actually will work, we did a hackathon. So there was 1-day hackathon where we collected team, and we just built, we divided engineers into few teams, and each team built entire product from zero to production in 1 day, just 1 day. It's because it was smaller products, and it was just hackathon to see how it works, see what it's capable for. And actually then we had another hackathon because we got another engineers who wanted to try as well. And we basically did 2 such hackathons, and everyone who attended in these hackathons and who saw that it's possible to really from zero to production in 1 day, that it's reality, they changed their mind, and now they're actually trying to find how to apply it even in existing products, even if there was no a process, structured process of rollout AI.
Thanks, Alex. I hope this answers your question, Roman. And piece of advice to those who managing the engineering development teams, hackathon, it's a great tool for your teams. And we learn a lot from these hackathons. First, we had a lot of resistance from our current staff with AI adoption, but after these hackathons, we had tremendous results. So those who was not believing, they said, okay, yeah, now we need to use it. Otherwise, we'll be in a huge trouble if we'll just ignore the trend. So moving further, Alex, what metrics do you track to prove AI adoption is working in a board-ready way?
Yeah, if you're talking about metrics, I would say first set of metrics, first area is basically the typical delivery metrics. So I could recommend the DORA metrics, which actually tracking time to production, defect ratio, and so on. So this is basic steps that you should already have, and you can see how these metrics change during this adoption. You may expect that it will not change, or it even will change in like bad way initially during this adoption, but they should improve once your team is basically know how to work with the stack. So this basic metrics, and there are some like few metrics that we are looking. It's kind of what's provided by some AI tooling is kind of percent of code like generated, like how many like people actually use it. So there are like few more metrics just like provided by tooling, like especially if you use GitHub Copilot, this one of tools that we use. It has the good statistics on the repository level on using this Copilot for specific repository. So it's good of set of technical metrics.
Cool. And let's go through another one. We are a bit short on time, Alex. We just have 4 minutes left for our. So, can this blueprint work in a large existing engineering organization, or it's still only for greenfield products? That's also a good question.
Yeah, good question. So yeah, it's there are a lot of like doubts on using it for existing, especially from large enterprise products. So I mean, there are two ways, like two solutions that I would recommend here. One is same I told previously about having like modular product. So if you already have modular product, or if you have new features that can be built as a new model, even with having like kind of all other part as a monolith, but having this new feature built as like small separate product on top of it. So this is something that integrate with existing products and existing organization, and we did it like multiple times. But another thing is about like another like good part of AI is even having this like existing large product, you can use AI to actually make some like cleanup here, bring some documentation. So before AI will effectively work in large product, you can actually use AI to make something like some cleanup here. And this what is almost not possible for doing by like humans. It's like make full documentation for large legacy product is something that was impossible now. AI can actually do it. And once you have the documentation, then you can start using AI agents and write new logic, new functionality.
Yeah. So no room for technical writers anymore.
Actually, technical writers still remains, but they can be supercharged with this. And like once a technical writer can deal with like entire team, same as developers.
Right. Yeah. So it's not about like abandon some, I don't know, skills profession, but it's about the efficiency. So it's actually if one developer can change the Scrum team, so one technical writer with AI can change the army of those.
Yeah.
So cool, Alex. Let's move to the and finalize the webinar today. Quick words about the services connected with what we have had the chance to showcase today. What works for us, what works for our customers. We run through several like iterations about how this may be helpful for our customers and come up with full services. So what Alex have said today a lot, it's about MVP development. It's really possible to do in 6 weeks for the workable product, from the idea to the real product. It's AI-augmented pod, so actually we provide 2-5 full-times in your engineering team, already equipped with our processes in place, our tooling, our methodology, our boilerplates. So actually this team is ready to kick off right away. And it's also AI integration into your SDLC process. So if you would like us to guide you through the AI adoption, AI native development, we can guide you through that. Embedded our consultants into your team and go step by step to you up to the place when you can be on your own and ask us to support you in this process. And the most interested one, like top seller, let's say, Vibe Code Rescue. We right now receiving a lot of requests from the customers we're using like no code platform who code with AI pilots, and right now they have a lot of problems with scaling the platform, with security, and like other factors. And we are doing these rescue missions for those projects where it's possible. Sometimes it's gone so too far to be rescued, but yeah, we can do an audit and give you our piece of advice on that. Yeah, finalizing the webinar today. Thank you guys. Thank you for those who joined. We'll send you record of this webinar. In this QR code, you can book a call with us. If you have any questions, if you have problems in your current product, or you would like to give our vision on that, we'll be happy to help. We'll be happy to discuss that. Wishing you all a great evening. Alex, thank you for presenting this today. And yeah, hoping to see you guys soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.